This keeps coming up for me, so I thought I'd record a quick video sharing my perspective on this topic right here, radical acceptance, and how, in my expert opinion, as a belonging and culture strategist and mindfulness facilitator, radical acceptance is like one of the most, it's like the number one thing, in my opinion, that you can do to improve your life right now. And I don't say that lightly. I think that if we learned how to truly understand what it means to accept things as they are, we could suddenly experience so much more joy in our life. For example, I once heard a popular, I guess she's like a relationship coach, Tora Sense. I'm gonna tag her in this. I once heard her say that as a single woman, something that you need to figure out how to do is fall in love constantly without attachment. Fall in love constantly without attachment to that thing, with the acceptance that that thing is not yours, but you can still love it because that's what we was put on. That's what we were put on this earth to do, in my opinion, and the opinion of many other experts. I mean, you know, this isn't just mumbo jumbo, woo woo, spiritual, esoteric talk that we're having right now. You know how much research has been done on how we can increase happiness, how we can experience greater love, greater joy, greater peace, less stress, right? How can we have an experience here on this planet for those that want that, right? Maybe you don't want that, but you know, those of us that want to experience greater amounts of joy and love and peace and calm, it behooves us to really, really understand that we need to be practicing radical acceptance, because it doesn't always come natural to us. I think that as humans, part of our survival mechanism is to experience attachment. Right. It is to want to cling on to our past experience, our thoughts. And we need to know how to risk manage that with practicing radical acceptance. And mindfulness is an amazing tool that can help you do that. So why is mindfulness? What's the link between mindfulness and radical acceptance? Well, mindfulness, being in the present moment on purpose without judgment. Right? It's that without judgment part. The radical acceptance and the judgment kind of go hand in hand. They relate to each other, you know, perhaps in an inverse way, right? The more judgment we have, the less radical acceptance we have. And so when you practice mindfulness, you're literally practicing being in an environment that is uncomfortable. Most of us, it's really uncomfortable for us to sit still, right? To practice stillness. To just do one thing at a time. That is very difficult for most of us, and to do it with intention, to be able to put it above something else, to make it a discipline and a habit. That is really hard for most of us statistically. So, and that is the thing that can help you practice radical acceptance. And when you practice radical acceptance, remember I said greater joy, greater peace, greater. So as I wrap this up, because I do got to get on with my day, I just want to share, you know, what radical acceptance is. Radical acceptance is accepting things as they are, even when it's difficult, even when it's uncomfortable. It doesn't mean that your decision, it doesn't mean that you don't choose action, right? It doesn't mean that you don't say no, that you don't have boundaries. It doesn't mean that. It's just you're seeing things with greater clarity when you're in a space of radical acceptance. And mindfulness directly relates to your ability. The more you practice mindfulness, the better you improve in your radical acceptance. A quick practice that you can do is go on YouTube, search Cash Rules Everything Around Me by Wu-Tang instrumental, right? It's about a 3-minute track. Take your headphones, sit down in a quiet place. It's going to take about 3 minutes. Find a quiet place and just sit and listen to that, right? And you might get uncomfortable. You might not like it, but you're practicing accepting things as they are. And then go on about your day knowing that you improve.